Let's do this. Hurricanes versus Predators playoff series preview and prediction in round 1. Yeah, I know the game starts within a few hours of the release of this video, but I had to shave. This face doesn't fix itself. So the Hurricanes finished first in the Central. Nashville finished fourth. I didn't even think they were going to make the playoffs, really, but they turned it on about halfway through the season. Saros started standing on his head. You should probably get at least a couple of Hart nominations because of it. But the Hurricanes did take 6 of 8 games during the regular season. The Predators did, however, win the last 2, 3-1 and 5-0. However, I wouldn't read too much of that going into the series. Let's talk about the offense. So the chasm between these two is just so huge. In goals for, the Hurricanes are 11th in the league. Nashville's 21st. Not big enough for you? Well, the power play is lethal for the Jerks. It's second. Nashville, what power play? It's 24th. It's been awful, like since their existence, really. I can't remember a time where it really was good. Shots, the Hurricanes are 5th. Nashville's 14th. Face-off win percentage, Hurricanes are 3rd. Nashville's 7th. Not bad, but they just dominate in all these categories here. The Hurricanes have 2 20-plus goal scorers. Nashville's got 0. And when it comes to 40-plus point players, the Hurricanes have got 5. Nashville, bazinga! I mean, José leads the Predators in points. Again, I want to say. Right? I mean, the best point forward of this group is Forsberg, who's got 32. And yeah, he missed like a third of the season. He only played 39 games. You got to give him a bit of a break there. And Arvidsson is, he's finally coming into his own, to the player who we all thought he was going to be. We'll see if he shies away from the big stage in the playoffs or not. And then there's players like Duchesne. You're like, where is this guy? Is he finally going to wake up or not? Araujo leads the Canes with 24 goals and 57 points. Hamilton has more points than any Nashville player. He's got 42. So you see where I'm going with this, right? Let's be kind and let's move on to the defense. So maybe the defensive side of things gets better for the Predators. Yeah, no. Goals against. The Hurricanes are 5th in the league. Nashville's 11th. Not horrible, really. I mean, that's mainly, because of Saros. He's being terrific. The penalty kill, the Hurricanes are 3rd. The special teams is a well-oiled machine, friends. And Nashville, you think, okay, well, they took the foot off the gas of the power play. Usually teams like that are better on the penalty kill, for instance, right? No. They're worse. They're 29th in the NHL. Ouch. Man. I mean, José's a minus 11. And you got to give him a break somewhat because he plays so many minutes, 23 plus a night. He's on both the special teams. Ekholm's a plus 19, by the way. He's best on the club. Slavin for the Hurricanes, he's a plus 22, and that's not even the best. Nechas is a plus 25. But the worst plus-minus here for the Hurricanes is Fleury, who's a minus 6, and he's not even playing for the team anymore. I mean, the Predators have good defensemen. José, Ellis, Ekholm. We've been hearing this, seeing these guys together for years now, but it's just not there anymore. Fabry, an up-and-comer. But, I mean, you can't sneeze at the Hurricanes, which is probably one of the best balanced D in the league, with Hamilton and Slavin and Pesce, one of the best defensive defensemen in the league. Brady Shea's nothing to sneeze at. Jake Bean is sort of an up-and-comer there. And they went and got Hackenpah to give them a little depth, a massive brick wall of a human being there. Maybe just to help keep Jake Gardiner off the ice. But let's talk about goaltending. So for the Hurricanes, it's got to be who's going to be in net. We really don't know, right? I mean, there's Mrazek, there's Nedeljkovic, there's Reimer. I don't think Reimer's going to see the light of day here. He had a 9.06 during the regular season. 9.34, though, in yesteryear's playoffs, I was going to say. Now, Mrazek, he had an injury. I think it was his thumb. He only played 12 games, but he was a 9.23, right? The issue with him is he's so hot and cold in the playoffs, depending on the year. Now, in 5 games last season, he was a 9.29, but the season before that, he was an 8.94. in 11 games, right? You see what I mean? Nedeljkovic who Left Wing Lock at least is saying is likely to start today, the day of the game 1. In 23 games, he used a 9.32 this season. But of course, yeah, 0 playoff experience, right? Now, on the flip side of the coin here for the Predators, Saros, in 36 games during the regular season, he's been white hot, 9.27. Can he carry that on to the playoffs? Last year, it wasn't the case, though. In 4 games, he was at 8.95. However, in 5 games split over the 2 seasons before that, you want to nitpick, he was a 9.52. So he's basically their white knight here because Rene isn't playing, right? He had a 9.07 in 24 games this season, and last he played was the season before last, which he was a 9.05. So maybe he's the goalie whisperer, and I think that's about as best it will get for him. Keys to the series, starting with the Hurricanes, play physical and just goad the Predators in the penalties, because Nashville just sucks on special teams here, and tire Saros out. Throw him off his game. He's a smaller goalie. He's 5'11". At least for bigger goalies, they can retreat into their net somewhat and kind of hope stuff starts bouncing off them, if their game isn't on. But Saros doesn't have that luxury, right? The X factors here for the big jerks I see is goaltending. Can Nedeljkovic prove himself in the playoffs as well, or which side of the coin will they get from Mrazek? And then, of course, there's secondary scoring for the Canes, which I'm not really worried about. They finally have it. They just need to continue that into the playoffs. For the Nashville Predators, obviously they got to stay out of the box. And you can't win if you can't score, right? They score in committee here, so I guess that's something they're going to have to continue to do. And they have to drive possession and throw Carolina off. And I know that's a hard ask, really, because Carolina is one of the best teams in the league at doing just that, right? When it comes to X factors here, Forsberg's got to be, full-on beast mode. Arvidsson can't shy away in the playoffs. Duchesne, please, wake up. Somebody give him a nudge. And Saros, if he's not just perfect, I don't know what else to say there. So when it comes to who takes the edge in each of these categories, starting in net, I'm going to take the Predators. Saros has just been in beast mode, and we know he's the starter, right? Whereas the Hurricanes were unsure. On defense, I'll give the edge to the jerks there as well. For the forwards, the offense, that's all Carolina. And special teams, even more so, the Hurricanes have got that category in the bag. Coaching-wise, yeah, it's got to be Brindamore too. Hopefully they re-sign that guy. If he doesn't, there's going to be a bidding war for him. I mean, he can even take you in the wrestling ring. Have you seen him? The muscles, the shirt's just about to pop. It's the lining is just holding on for dear life. Anyway, who do I pick to win this series? I think it's obvious. The Carolina Hurricanes. I'm going to say in 5 games. Saros, maybe he'll steal 1 for the Predators. But I would like to hear, your pick and why and in how many. But for those of you who have skipped to the end of the video, who do I pick to win this series between these two clubs? Easily Nashville. They just have too much offense. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, which will alert you when my next video comes out, which will be about the Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Montreal Canadiens. Thanks again. Please be kind to each other in this crazy world we're living in right now, and I'll see you soon.